a half hour because it takes. This fucking motherfucker, you know. I don't have time to waste. I have no money for gas. I'm already pre-low on gas. Shit, you fucking asshole. I hate this company I work for. Oh, I hate this fucking company. It's so bad, but nobody else is hiring. I applied to so many different jobs and nobody's hiring.
There was nothing inevitable about the experiment we call America. Absolutely nothing. And the only reason we're not speaking some foreign language or been subjugated to some inferior communist fascist style governing system is because men with bravery, guts, nerves of steel wound up doing things others weren't willing to do and never came back because of it. And again, I'm ashamed I don't think about that enough. Yeah, I think about these minor obstacles in my life. You know, I had that whole cancer battle thing was the first time life became real to me. But then think about it, right? I made it through that. And even, let's say I didn't. Thank God I did, but say I didn't. Say it was some stage 5 catastrophe. I was like 46 or so when it happened. I forget, 45, 46. I still outlived some of those heroes by 20, 25 years. Who fought in World War II, died young in Vietnam, died in Iraq, died in Afghanistan.
Heading towards me because I swear I'm like.
I still outlived them by 25 years. You know, obviously it's axiomatic, the finality of death. I think about these things, especially on Memorial Day, and I know there's a lot going on, folks. Believe me, I understand. We got the Trump trial going on right now. We've got Democrats in panic mode. And we've got a whole bunch of stuff, I promise, we're going to get to. But I think you all understand that we got to have priorities. And a country loses its identity when it starts to diminish or even forgets why it is what it is. And I don't want anyone to ever make this mistake. Sometimes I think even the good ones, us, we do it. We're not here because of, brave politicians. We're not here because of a bunch of brave government bureaucrats. We're here, and you may say, well, we're here because of a lot of brave entrepreneurs. A lot of entrepreneurs are great. I'm a capitalist. But make no mistake, every single country on earth had really smart people that could have did something and didn't because brave men and women were defending a subordinate governing system and really died for a bad product. Our men and women who died for freedom and liberty in a constitutional republic where all that stuff was allowed to flower and succeed. We should never forget that. I usually do a weekend update on when I come back. It's now Tuesday. Obviously, we're off yesterday. I hope a lot of you caught the best of it. We had some real heroes on the show. It was nice of you, Jim. Brian Birdwell, I know he reached out. He was very grateful that we put that up. And grateful to me, grateful to you. You're the hero. He was in the Pentagon, 9/11, burned over a large majority of his body. State senator now in Texas. Really great guy. But I think today it's really important that we remember that. And I think once in a while we should just kind of sit back and say, yeah, for as bad as we think it is, ladies and gentlemen, this is all fixable, man. We are just different here. We've got this blend of creative genius, bravery, military heroes, and patriots. One last story, before I go, because I do have a lot to get to. So I was out this weekend. I was at the Stewart Sandbar and other things. I'm talking to some guys, ran into some veterans and others, and just some great people. I had such a good time. I was out there with friends. They're such good friends. I have the best friends ever. I love them to death. As I got back, this guy was telling me the story about serving overseas, and I remember this story I read online. And it was an interview they had done, but I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, if you know the story, it went viral. But it was a story about a military officer with the French. And he was talking about how in these combined theater operations where the U.S. has been involved with France and the U.K. and peacekeeping missions and other things like that, that the French officer was saying, man, if you're in trouble, you want an American. I wish I could find the piece, but the gist of it was, we love our fellow countrymen and everyone else, but if you're in trouble and the hit, if you know what I mean, is hitting the fan, you want the Americans. He said it's the strangest thing. Like the Americans show up, these other countries, they show up, they lose an officer, and there's a little bit of battlefield confusion. The Americans, they just know what to do. They never back down. They fight. That's you. I want you to understand, he's talking about you. He's talking about you, your sons and daughters that serve, you all that served, and those that sacrificed. My family lost my uncle on March 15, 1968. He's been a Bronze Star with a V device on it for his bravery in combat. And my poor grandmother was never the same. And the saddest part about that story is too many of you know it. I wish my story was somehow unique. I really do. I wish I was telling you a story about how my family uniquely was hurt by losing someone in combat, but we're not. Sadly, my grandmother's one of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who've lost friends, loved ones. We owe them a debt of gratitude. This place is worth saving. There's nowhere else to go. The country's not going to save itself. As my good friend Ginny always says, we're the leaders we've been waiting for. The examples you should follow are all around you. They're not you can read history books all you want, a lot of great figures in history.
Is different. TRA is here to tell.
It's true. Under Joe Biden, an estimated 7 million migrants have crossed our border. Now, a top former leader at the Secret Service and Homeland Security is speaking out. His name is Charles Marino, and he warns America faces another 9/11, or even worse. Marino reveals that thousands of terrorist suspects have entered by crossing our border. It's all in his new best-selling book, Terrorists on the Border and in Our Country. This week, Rob Schmidt investigates the shocking danger and talks with Marino about the threat. Make sure you watch Rob's special series on Newsmax tonight. Millions are tuning into Newsmax for the news they can trust. Even President Trump says he's watching Newsmax and that it's terrific. Tune into Rob Schmidt tonight and find out about Charles Marino's allegations and the serious danger. Some experts believe something big could happen soon, so don't miss Newsmax tonight.
You're listening to the Dan Bongino Show on the Bay Area's home for conservative talk on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
Hey folks, Larry Elder here. You've probably
bear
been hearing
my
me
hate
endorse
me, I
Y-Refi for
swear.
some time now. And yes, many of my colleagues do as well. What makes Y-Refi so different from other investments? Let's quickly break it down. Y-Refi offers a secured collateralized portfolio with a strong fixed rate of return, up to 10.25%. There's no attack on your principal if you ever need your money back, and you're in control. You can let your investment compound daily or take income, whatever you choose. There are absolutely no fees, and an investment in Y-Refi is an investment in America's future. Call 855-397-3208 or log on to investyrefi.com/SF in San Francisco. Y-Refi works with certified financial planner Michael Ginsberg, who can meet with you personally to see if Y-Refi is right for you. 855-397-3208 or log on to investyrefi.com/SF. That's invest, the letter Y, then refy.com/SF. Tell them Larry Elder sent you.
Hey guys, at Primal Medical, their mission is to provide you with the medical care you need to improve your ED, low T, and incontinence. With years dedicated to improving the lifestyle of their patients in the Bay Area, Primeal Medical strives to improve your love life and overall health. Listen to Dr. Robert Rowley.
We have virtually every medication known to man to help men. We specialize in acoustic wave therapy, sublingual lozenges, which bypass the digestive system, making them work faster and more effectively, injectable medications, and testosterone treatment for those patients who need it. Impotence problems can be treated in just one visit.
Why wait? Don't lose hope. Call now. Get a PSA test, testosterone test, Doppler ultrasound, and a full year of free visits for just $99. Call 415-761-4037. That's 415-761-4037. Call now, 415-761-4037, or go to primemealmedical.com.
The headlines remind us daily, the world is a dangerous place. The elites in charge say everything's fine. Stop noticing. But you know better. And your gut knows that time is short to prepare for a world that is 4 missed meals away from chaos. My Patriot Supply has helped over 3 million families become more self-reliant and is the company Americans trust to prepare. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com and secure their best-selling 3-month emergency food kits. Each contain delicious breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, averaging over 2,000 calories per day. Secure at least 1 food kit for each family member. For a limited time, save $200, plus get free shipping on all their Ready Hour 3-month emergency food kits. You're not ready if it's not Ready Hour foods. My Patriot Supply also has solar-powered generators, water filtration units, biomass stoves, heirloom seeds, and critical survival gear. Shop MyPatriotSupply.com today. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Professional.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministries.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
You're listening to the Dan Bongino Show on the Bay Area's home for conservative talk on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
Turn it up to make sure your liberal neighbors finally hear some common sense. The Dan Bongino Show.
Joan Jett Mondays, as always, doing that forever. Why? I don't know, I just like Joan Jett on Monday. Even though I know it's Tuesday, I get it, but technically it's like Monday for us because we were off yesterday. So Hot Tip Jeremy, our official Dan Bongino Show, Joan Jett content recognizer. Consider the content recognizer. Folks, you know we cover Joe Biden's daily schedule, right? Because Joe Biden claims he's running for president. Matter of fact, Joe Biden claims he's president. But the odd thing is Joe Biden does nothing an actual president of the United States would actually do. Governing, leading our military, leading the federal bureaucracy, making life or death decisions every single day. He does absolutely none of it. Jim records his schedule in his own voice, although it's his real schedule, every single day. And this one today was absolutely jam-packed. Jim, if you would.
Welcome to Today in Joe Biden, your extremely detailed, up-to-the-minute rundown of the myriad things the president is doing today. Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. 10 a.m., the president receives the president's daily brief. That's it. This has been Today in Joe Biden, your highly detailed reading of the schedule of the President of the United States.
Come on. Stop. Really. You know, the daily brief, they just hand them an iPad, right? They probably you understand that, right? Classified iPad, you can read it. That's it? That's his whole schedule for today. That's your president. He's supposed to be out there doing president stuff, having meetings in the, EOB, the Roosevelt Room, maybe downstairs, a little diplomatic thing, maybe a little soiree outside. There's nothing. And here's the hilarious thing. I don't only post the Biden daily schedule to poke fun at him from a conservative angle, saying, hey, this is our opponent, he's a hapless buffoon. As Jim knows, one of the reasons I posted is to the Democrats out there, this is your guy. I want you to understand, the Oval God sitting in the Oval Office right now, right, that he is out there sucking up Democrats' money and activist time, telling you, I'm your guy fighting for you, liberal authoritarian tyrants. And yet he's doing nothing of the sort. We read his schedule probably 3 or 4 times a week. It is a work day. It's Tuesday. I hope you all had a great Memorial Day weekend. I spent the first 25 minutes of the show extolling the virtues of the patriots who handed us down this great country. I know what this weekend's about. But I took a day off, had a good time. Like I said, was down in the Stewart Sandbar with some friends, had some adult sodas, had some food. I was home by like 10 o'clock. We had a good weekend. Did a little yesterday, had a little downtime yesterday. But I'm back to work. I was up this morning at maybe 6:15, not too late this morning. But was up working. What is the President of the United States doing? As he's sucking up like a parasite all this Democrat money and time, he's doing absolutely nothing. He is sitting on his caboose, I don't know, taking an NADIV to try to stay awake. I have no idea what he's doing. This guy is an absolute train wreck. And he made a decision. A pivot happened this weekend in their campaign. It's going to be a theme of the rest of the show. This is something you need to pay very close attention to. They're moving away from this and moving towards that. Can your savings weather an economic storm? Think about what you put away for the future. Inflation can render cash worthless. Real estate can crash like in 2008. Economies built on a mountain of debt can fall like a house of cards. There are very few physical assets you can invest that can stand the test of time. Gold has withstood as a valued form of money for millennia. That's why people are flocking to it now, and why Birch Gold, the company I buy my gold from, is busier than ever. Through a little-known tax loophole, Birch Gold lets you convert a retirement account to a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. Best part, doesn't cost you a penny out of pocket. To learn more, text Bongino to 989898 and claim your free info kit on gold. Let me ask you this again, can your IRA or 401k weather an economic storm? If not, call the people I trust, Birch Gold. Text Bongino to 989898 to secure your savings today. Message and data rate supply.
I'm leaving. I'm fucking leaving. It's fucking retard.
560 KSFO. We'll take a look at KSFO traffic.
Gas.
Watch out for a crash coming in Sunnyvale, North 41 at Lawrence Expressway. It's in the 3rd lane from the left. Traffic from Brokaw and San Jose. Earlier crash, northbound 17 before 280. 880 is now off to the side. San Francisco, stop and go begins Candace Point, heading out to Hospital Curve. Bay Bridge, the backup's West France. That's traffic. Amelie and Leon. This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Use the experts on hiring for professional roles.
My fucking gas. A fucking retard who doesn't even communicate with you.
Engineering. The specialized recruiting unit takes an individual approach, placing people in contract and full-time roles. SRGExpress.com.
This report is sponsored by Pacific Coast Termite. Americans pay about $5 billion to control termites and repair their damage every year. Many people underestimate exactly how much damage they do. Call Pacific Coast Termite today at 800 Pacific for a free home inspection. Certain restrictions apply.
Hey folks, Larry over here. You've probably been hearing me endorse wire refi for some time now. And yes, many of my colleagues do as well. What makes wire refi so different from other investments? Let's quickly break it down. Wire refi offers a secured collateralized portfolio with a strong fixed rate of return, up to 10.25%. There's no attack on your principal if you ever need your money back, and you're in control. You can let your investment compound daily or take income, whatever you choose. There are absolutely no fees, and an investment in wire refi is an investment in America's future. Call 855-397-3208 or log on to investwirefi.com
Come on, keep
/SF
going.
in San Francisco. WireFi works with certified financial planner Michael Ginsberg, who can meet with you personally to see if WireFi is right for you. 855-397-3208 or log on to investwirefi.com /SF. That's invest, the letter Y, then refy.com /SF. Tell them Larry Elder sent you.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name Clay as the promo code at lifelock.com.
I have been a satisfied, no, I take that back, a totally satisfied American Vision Windows customer for over a decade. Brian Sussman here. First, they installed the beautiful, luxurious, energy-efficient vinyl windows in our home. They're so easy to clean and maintain. They look and slide open and close like they're brand new. Then the experts at American Vision Windows gave us fantastic ideas for the classic wooden windows for our second home. No architect, no middleman. Friends walk in and always comment on the windows. They're California's #1 window replacement company, and they have the 5-star reviews to prove it. And right now they're offering 0% interest and 0 payments for 18 months. AmericanVisionWindows.com. Call them now. 408-357-2830. 408-357-2830. That's 408-357-2830. On approved credit for all offers. See website for details. Offer expires 8/31/24. CSOB number 778326.
Be heard. Call 8444 the USA now to let Dan know what you think. 844-484-3872. The Dan Bongino Show.
Folks, there's a very strategic tactical shift going on with the left right now, and I want you to be well aware of what's going to happen, so we're all prepared for the outcome. There is only one obstacle towards dumping Joe Biden as the nominee right now, and that's Joe Biden. Biden does not want him. Joe Biden is a narcissist, sociopath. He's obsessed with the idea that he is this transformative, FDR-like figure, and you just don't know it. He's the smartest guy in the room. Just ask him, he'll tell you. However, there is now a concerted effort going on within the Democrat Party to scrap this guy and get rid of him. It is right in front of your face. You just gotta watch and see. Let me explain to you, give you kind of some inside baseball. So, unfortunately, having been around these people a little too much in my prior line of work and growing up in 2 blue states and running in another one, grew up in New York, ran for office in Maryland, surrounded by Democrats all the time. So in Maryland, where I was more involved in the political process, but you do learn a lot. Having worked, unfortunately, in the White House, I'm proud of what I did. I worked with that guy who's obviously enough above me that I left. You see a lot. There are primarily right now 3 different camps that run the Democrat Party. And when I say run, I mean, I want to put some meat on it. I mean, they provide bodies, i.e. the activists, people who knock on doors, people who are out of these protests on college campuses. People provide the energy and the bodies, right? And the money. Energy and money. You've got the Clinton camp, which is still very powerful. Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, that entire operation they had, George Snuffleupagus, Jim Carville, all these people, they still hold a lot of sway.